In the cold mountains of a European village, Ethan Winters and his wife Mia, along with their newborn daughter Rose, struggle to begin their lives anew after the events of the Baker incident 3 years prior. But once you enter the world of survival horror, you can never leave.
It's not too close. Sync! Hello everyone and welcome back to another episode of Young Dad Gaming Reviews, the series where I review, recount and reminisce the games that I grew up on, as well as decide when or if my sons are growing up with the same games, or which one should be avoided for now due to extreme violence, suggestive themes, and or because the game just sucks. Next up, Resident Evil 8. Or Village.
There. She's asleep.
What is with the creepy story? She's only 6 months old.
Woman at the store said...
Following the story of Ethan and Mia Winters, returning from Resident Evil 7 along with their infant daughter Rose, Chris Redfield and his badass crew straight up kill Mia. Like fucking pow! Like that bitch is dead.
Chris? What the hell? Sorry, Ethan. No!
Chris then proceeds to knock Ethan unconscious and transport him and his family. Ethan wakes amidst the wreckage of his transport and follows the trail into the woods leading to the village. Once in the village, Ethan encounters some of the locals, who tell him that the village is being overrun by monsters. Determined to find his missing daughter and the answers to why his wife was murdered, Ethan heads to the Castle on Haunted Hill, where he gets ambushed by the leaders of the Village of Shadows. Things eventually begin to unravel themselves before Ethan that really feels like a love letter to the fans of the series.
9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, showtime!
Continuing and building upon the RE engine, Resident Evil Village plays much like 7 with the first-person view, same guard mechanics, but now new to this style of Resident Evil is the returning item management we last saw in Resident Evil 4. There are many similarities to this game in Resident Evil 4, but it never feels like they're copying and pasting from that game. Instead, it feels like they're writing a love letter filled with homages to become one of the greatest, if not the greatest, Resident Evil game of all time. Village has its own distinct style of gameplay that just meshes so well with returning features and ideas. This includes weapon upgrades and the Duke, not that one either, yep, a merchant who can sell you supplies or upgrade your weapons, and also buy valuable treasures from you. He also has a cooking-themed collectathon where Ethan has to hunt and bring him certain meats so he can prepare dishes for you. Your reward for this is permanent upgrades to your health, defense, or even faster running.
Thank you. Now to cook. Finished. I'd love for you to enjoy as well.
Village has a much heavier focus on combat and exploration with tons of enemies to fight and secret locations to explore for rewards such as weapon attachments and treasures. All these secret areas fit in so well with this world, and none of them ever feel out of place, such as an abandoned meat factory and an old spooky cemetery. The grand scope of the area always makes it feel like something much bigger is going on, and Ethan, the player, is caught right in the middle of it all. The main area acts as a hub sort of area with branching and connecting paths that lead to different locations, such as an abandoned house next to a waterfall, the dam, and even an old factory. While Resident Evil 7 had puzzles that could be solved with the dynamic lighting effects, Village has optional physics puzzles that can be skipped, but if you take the time to find the key to activate it and navigate the maze, the reward is well worth it. As mentioned earlier, there are 5 distinct leaders of the village who you will eventually have to face, and each one feels like their own unique adventure. Without spoiling anything, I'll just say it like this. Resident Evil 8 is like if Resident Evil 4 had a baby with Resident Evil 7, and PT had a baby with Devil May Cry, and
by some miracle those two babies met and fucked, this would be the shit that they birthed.
you would have Resident Evil Village.
Wow.
Yes.
This is the product of baby fucking.
Smell it.
Village stands out as one of the most visually impressive games I've seen all year. My biggest issue with Resident Evil 7 was how the molded, while creepy initially, became very generic and boring, while the Bakers were all unique and interesting. That issue no longer exists with 8. Ethan fights a wide range of Lycans, some with different weapons and armors, some more evolved and larger than others, flying enemies, less evolved enemies covered in hoods and robes, and without giving anything away, some horrid abominations later on. Much like the Bakers, the bosses in this game are vastly different from each other and a trip to get to. Of course, everyone is familiar with Lady Dimitrescu and her huge height. But also in the party is Corpse Bride, the creature from the Lagoon, and Rocco from the Boondock Saints.
I'll catch you on the flip side.
Where's my cat?
I killed your cat, you druggy bitch.
God, what? Why?
I felt it would bring closure to our relationship.
The details I loved the most in this game was the lighting. Oh my god, the lighting. If you're familiar with me, then you know I'm obsessed with lighting in video games, and Village makes me feel like a schoolgirl. There aren't many times when you're enshrouded in darkness, but instead bathed in sunlight and in hallways illuminated by torches and candles. And again, without giving anything away, God, it's so damn good.
Hey, do you know anything about what's going on around here?
It doesn't make any sense. Mother Miranda has always protected us.
Nobody's answer.
Father?
Where to begin? The voice acting, the ambiance, the epic soundtrack, it's all good. In fact, it's all amazing. That's all I have to say, really. So, let me just highlight some of the best moments.
What the fuck is this? Outsiders, you're gonna get us all killed.
Quiet, Anton. He helped Leonardo and Elena.
We were doing fine by ourselves.
Please, Ethan, take a seat.
Is this all that's left? From your entire village?
All that's left? All that's left? There is no one left! A worthless...
Mother, I bring you fresh prey.
You are so kind to me, daughters. Now, let's take a look at him. Well, Ethan Winters. You escaped my little brother's idiot.
And Chris, now voiced by Jeff Shine, who you might recognize as Carlos from Resident Evil 3 Remake.
I gotta say, I'm surprised you made it this far. It'd be a shame if something happened to you now.
Overall, how does Village compare to the rest of the entries in the Resident Evil franchise, and how does it hold up on its own? If you hadn't already guessed it, Resident Evil Village is an incredible entry to the franchise and even gives some great details and reveals to returning fans. This game made me so happy to be a Resident Evil fan and in some ways reignited my love for the series. I've already completed the game 3 times, first on hard mode, second on the highest difficulty, and one final time doing a speed run, which I managed to clear in a little over 2 hours. The replay value to this game is very rewarding, and not forgetting to mention the Mercenaries mode that I need to get around to playing. I'm already looking forward to going through the game and clearing it a few more times while I wait for RE whatever. Overall, I give Resident Evil Village a perfect 10 out of 10. Oh fuck. 5 big women out of 5. Although it may not be as scary as some of the previous entries, this kind of reminds me of the alien versus aliens argument. One is strictly more horror, while the other is more action heavy. But either way, both are a fantastic time. As for games I would let my son play, Obviously, I'd have to say give this one a few years, but I would love to see, when my son is ready, for him to get involved into the Resident Evil franchise, just like I did at such a young age. No, not a sneeze. I can feel it. Fight it. Fight the sneeze. As for nostalgia value, this game doesn't really have any because it is a brand new game, but it did make me feel nostalgic in a different way. It reminded me of all the great memories and moments I had growing up with the series, and it reminded me why I'm such a super fan to this day, and why I always will be. Thank you everybody so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to leave a like, leave a comment down below for games you'd like to see on this channel, and don't forget to hit the subscribe button. I always stumble over that word, as it really helps me out. We are so close to 500. Guys, thank you so much. You don't know what it means to me. It's incredible. I never thought I'd even make it to 100, and now here I am almost at 5, and it's amazing. I can't really explain it. I know it's such a low number, but to me it means everything. Hey, ring the bell if you'd like to be notified when I upload a new video. You can follow me on Twitch at YoungDilf Gaming, where you can join me for video games where I love to play with other people, because I'm trying to be less introverted. I'm trying to be more extroverted, so I want to play games with more people, meet new people. So you can follow me at YoungDilf Gaming. Don't forget to check out Ellie's channel in the description below for games you'd like to see. Don't forget to check out Ellie's channel for more amazing covers. My brain just died there for a second. And anyways, I hope to see you guys on the other side. June will be my birth month, but it'll also be... I forgot what it was again. My brain's dying. It's the heat. It's summertime. I'm wearing 3 jackets for this. Angel of Darkness. There we go. I got it. Angel of Darkness. Yeah.
It's me and you, boy, and as the years go by, our friendship will never die. You're gonna see it's our destiny. You got a friend in me. You got a friend in me. You got